Okay, let's check out what's going on besides that the sun is down. I see that Mike's got the radiator in the little Merc pickup. He's got the hoses on, got the fan on, got the shroud on, got the oil canister on. Good, good, good. He's working on the mirrors, it looks like here, knocking the door pins out, putting the mirrors on the customer supplied. We still need a carburetor. Customer had a carburetor on here. Did nothing but leak fuel everywhere. This carburetor sits and idles like a dream, but you couldn't rev it up if your life depended on it. It's been sitting around for a long time. It's one he brought us. Let's just buy a new one, buddy. I hate to say it, but let's just buy a new one. Sometimes, at the end of the day, it's just easier to buy a new one. People ask me, Rick, do you rebuild carburetors? Well, I'll be honest with you, between Mike and myself, I don't think Shawn has, he's a body man, but between Mike and myself, we've rebuilt carburetors. I do not do it for people. For myself, I play with them for the hell of it and do it. For customers, I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't matter what you do to a carburetor when you rebuild it, and I could be wrong, and people may argue. I know there's people out there that are like the gurus at carburetors, and I have a few of those guys that I use. But for me, it's not my forte. I don't do it every day. It's something I do on the side. I can do it. I don't do it every day. Do they work? Here's why I don't do it. 50% of them work great. The other 50%, they work better, but there's always some sort of glitch. Maybe a flat spot, maybe this, maybe that. And you know what I always say to people? If I rebuild your carburetor, I'm going to be married to you for the rest of my life. Because every time anything, the slightest thing goes wrong with that carburetor, you're going to be phoning me up and calling me. So I'm not interested in rebuilding your carburetor. I will buy you a new carburetor and sell it to you. That's what we'll do, okay? To me, that's just the way it is. To other people, whatever. So, we are waiting for the next project to be towed in. We've got this little F1. This baby is all done. Going to be taken off and going to my wiring guy right now. Yeah. Oh, we got the deck lights on over there, but they come on automatically on a timer. You know, so that's nice. I don't know why I'm bringing up the deck lights. Maybe because I'm thinking about having a beer, but I'm not going to. It's a weekday. Forget it. And it's a Monday. I'm out here on a Monday. Monday evening, no. Did I work today? No. But I did. I did and I didn't. I went around and looked at 2 other jobs for the shop. People say, "What do you work, Rick?" Well, 2 years ago I semi-retired and I took Mondays. I take Mondays off now. I don't work Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. But the problem is any of you guys out there that own a business, run a business, even do a backyard shop, you know what happens is that you never stop running. You're always working. So I take Mondays off, and sometimes I go cruising in the summertime with the boys, and that's a good time, or we go out for lunches. But a lot of times, too, I'm out looking for jobs. And today I was out, you know, I had to go out in the morning, go to the gym, like I always do. You know, get my workout in for an hour and a half. Then I took off from there, got changed. Then I went and looked at 2 jobs. Time that was done, it was already after lunchtime. So then I ate some lunch, and the next thing you know, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock, right? And your day's just over. So I'm not saying this to be like all upset or anything. I'm just saying that even though I take the Mondays off, I kind of don't take the Mondays off. I would average it probably 2 Mondays out of every month. I'm off looking at jobs or picking up parts or trying to snaggle some sort of work somewhere or lining stuff up or doing something for the shop or picking something up for the shop. A day off is when you have nothing to do with work. Well, when you own your own business, that's not the way it works. Even at nighttime, I go in at nighttime, and I know I'm talking a lot here right now. I'm just killing time till this truck shows up. Even at nighttime, it never ends because customers say to me, "Hey, like I got a customer right now who wants to bring me in a 55 or 6 Chevy pickup. I had to drive up to Hope to look at this one. Says, I want to bring this pickup in for you. I need this, I need that, blah, 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 blah." Okay. So I can sit in the office all day long and figure these parts out, but that's time that I could be working. So if I'm in the office and I'm looking you parts up or trying to find you stuff, I'm charging you by the hour. I know you're probably like, what the hell? Yes, you're going to pay for me by the hour to go find you stuff. I got to work during the day. I can't sit around. But what I do a lot of times at nighttime, because I don't know, maybe I'm a kind-hearted man. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. A lot of times I go in at night, you know, after work, and I have my shower and I have my dinner with my wife, and then my wife, you know, usually gives me an hour, hour and a half to myself to de-stress. She says, well, you go have your fun and watch your shows right now. And I do. And she's always off doing something. She's always putting around doing something. That's the one thing I love about her. Oh, here we go now. Here's the torch. I am on the computer while trying to watch my show, looking at parts of these customers, because I feel bad to charge them for during the day, for sitting there for 2 hours on the computer. I just feel bad. And I really shouldn't, because most shops do that. It's just the way it is. Anyway, I believe it's a 64 Ford step side, getting that little 302 over there that we sent in to have rebuilt. Forget what it dyno'd out at. I'm going to dyno'd out at something. I'll get you the numbers on the next video. We'll continue this after. AJ's Towing, Fraser Valley, AJ's Towing. That's who we use. They're always good to us. Now this is a patina ride. There he is, there's the man. Working overtime. Better tell the boss you need a raise. Hey,
I beat the 5 o'clock.
You beat the 5. Well, I'm out here all the time anyway. Yeah. So there we go. There's the truck. And here's the owner. Okay. Okay, here you have it. You're probably like, whoa, look at that. A lot of people are going this route today. A lot of people are just redoing the running gear and doing the engines because it's cheaper than doing the body and paint. You know, I remember, I'm so old that I remember that it was more money in my day to do an engine, transmission, and diff than it was to do body and paint. And now, as a business owner, and I shouldn't say this because it could draw people away, but I'm the honest guy, and that's why I draw people in, I think, I hope. I don't know, or maybe they just want my beer. Anyway, it is more expensive to do the body and paint nowadays than it is to do the engine and tranny. It just is. Just is. Unless you're getting carried away with something crazy. I'm talking like just a nice little engine, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, 351 in here, it's coming out. It's bit the biscuit, apparently. And we're going to put that little 302 in there. That 302, I just quickly looked at the dyno sheet. It's got 258 horsepower is what it came up at. And 308 foot-pounds of torque. So, nothing crazy. It's basically a little 302 with a 1-up cam from original, which is all it needs. He's not worried about anything fancy. This is just a, oh God. Sometime these doors, I gotta get my brother from another mother to come over here and fix my doors. Anyway, there we go. Good enough. Yeah, so nothing crazy in this engine. So that's it. So we'll get her all done, we'll get her put in, and away we will go. Standard, is it not? Oh, I didn't even ask him. It's an automatic. Huh, weird, I thought it was a standard right away. The way the shifter and the boot looked, and I was looking for the third pedal, didn't see it. Nice seat. I've only seen this truck driving down the road, I've never seen it in person. Oh, no headliner, nice seat. It's got the old Grant steering wheel on there. These are cool trucks. Very cool. Yeah. Well, there we go. So, that is what is going to be started on tomorrow. So, we'll get back to you tomorrow with this video. Get back to you all week. What I've started doing lately now is instead of doing a video every Tuesday, Thursday, I know I'm always changing them up. Maybe that's why I'm not getting the followers I want to get. I always do my Sunday fun day, but now I'm taking my video through the week and I'm just making it one big video. So I'm filming right from, usually I'm not here Monday night, it is Monday night tonight, but usually I'm filming now right from Tuesday until Friday afternoon, then we're posting it Friday night, then we're doing Sunday fun day. That way I was just thinking, 3-4 videos a week, that's too many. 2 a week is plenty. So I don't know. Everyone's writing into me. I'm always saying, subscribe, subscribe. They go, I subscribed. Don't understand it. I got 17,000 followers, and I look on YouTube, and I watch other videos, and I'm not insulting some people, but I see some other people with their videos, and I'm like, these guys got like 100,000, and their videos are boring. Maybe I'm boring. I don't know. If I am, it's okay. I don't mind. I'm having fun. You're having fun. That's all that matters. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, we're going to be putting the box together for the 65 Chev pickup. You're wondering what all that tape is? That's tape, so when we sprayed our texture spray on the back side, it didn't come through onto the primer side. So we'll start bolting this together. Sometimes it's a little bit of a difficulty when you're by yourself, but it's okay, I can get it. Usually what I start with is I start with the, where'd it go? I start with the lower back panel on one side, get it bolted on, and then I go to the front panel, get it bolted on a corner, and then it kind of stands on its own, then we slide another box side in. So we'll get that done. We'll do some videos as we're going. Here's the chuck in here. Alright, looking good. Shawn's working on the 36 Ford fender. Yeah, you can see there. Yeah, looking good, good, good. Yeah.
Not too thick.
Not too thick. Not too. That's right. It's not. You can see right through it.
See metal everywhere.
You can. That's what it is. That's what it's like. You want it straight. You got to skim coat it. Put it on. Knock it off. Put it on. Knock it off. And then we're gonna get. We got this old girl in here. We're gonna. She's in 400 now. We're gonna get her dropped down to 600. So that way there we can get ready to paint. We're getting ready to paint here. We'll go in here. Check out what's happening. Okay. Mike's working on the 64 Ford pickup that the owner towed in. He's got his new engine here, and he said it died 2 days before it was time to get it here, so who knows. Anyway, yeah, I'll get the engine out of there. 351 in there. Going to a 302. Yeah, it'll be fine. So everything is good. Yeah. What else we got going on? And the engine's sitting over there, obviously. I got to remember, this is not my plate. Yes, lots on the go. Okay, well, I'm going to get some tools. We'll be back in a bit. Okay, so we got your front panel on here. Still going to do this side. And front panel, very easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Whatever the words are. Anyway, so your two top bolts, they actually have a welded on nut on the back side. So they just go on. These three down below take nuts and lock washers on the back side, which I'll show you. Whoops, let's get around here. There you go. So it's just, lock nut. Lock washer, nut. And like I say, those ones you can't, maybe we can see it better on this side. You'll see what I mean. See, there you go. They're just welded on. So that's good there. Now, in our next situation, which you saw I did first, this I put on. And it's got 4 bolts. 1, 2, and then there's 2 up inside here, if that makes sense. 2 of those, again, will take lock washers and nuts. The other 2 have a threaded piece on the inside. I don't know if we can see it on this one. No, or I should say on the box side, sorry. The threaded piece is on the box side. So I've got that on there. I didn't over tighten them, left everything a little bit of wiggle room. I did tighten the front up, there's no wiggle room there. The back is a teeny bit of wiggle room, left it kind of loose. Now I'm going to bring the other box side over and get it attached to this. And then, after you get all that done, tighten everything up, tape measure it, make sure it's square, and then you got to put your tailgate on. And in here, as you can see, that's where your, where they go here, your tailgate, what do they call these, trunnions go. Your tailgate rolls on that to open and close. You want to put that on. You want to put tailgate on to make sure you got even gaps down here. Now, even though you tighten up them 4 bolts, you must, or it'll bite in the ass later. You must, which I'll show you again in a minute when I get there. You're going to put a weld here, maybe a weld here. You're going to put a couple spot welds along here, because if you don't, over time the boxes move, then bolts will just come loose no matter what you do. So I always put a couple spot welds. Okay, I'm going to get this other box side on, and we'll go from there. Okay, so box is all together. Now what I'm talking about is you put a little weld here, here, and on the back side here. Now see where it's bolted? I want you to watch carefully here what I'm talking about, how even though it's bolted it moves. Do you see that moving? You might think I'm moving the whole thing, but this is moving. Maybe you can even see it on this side a little bit. See that? and that's tight. That's why you weld there. But before you do that, you're going to fit your tailgate on. You're going to get your lines squared up, then you're going to spot weld it real quick. You know, I think Mike's... I'm gonna... Oh, he's already got it out. I'm not slow at getting the camera. Anyway, I said I was that slow at getting the camera. Anyway, there we go. He's got it out.
Yeah, she came out pretty easy.
Yeah.
Greasy old girl.
All right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, huh? Yeah.
Clean old truck though.
Very clean truck. Very clean. Yeah. I'm not, like Mike and I were saying, the owner's probably watching, but I'm not a huge fan of this patina look. I don't know. Not to be mean if you are watching. I'm just saying, you know, looks like somebody gave up sanding and then just left it in the rain. Anyway, it is what it is. What he likes, that's all that matters. So, yeah, so Mike will finish up here doing what he's doing. Yeah. Is it just me or is that exhaust manifold cracked? Oh!
I haven't even looked yet.
Oh, yeah.
The mango?
Well, it's got a crack in it. He may not be wanting to.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any sense in putting those back in.
No.
But he brought those other manifolds, didn't he?
No, not those. Those are... Where'd those come from?
I thought they were from this guy.
We're gonna shut the camera off, folks. Okay, so on these trucks, the trick is you want to take your trunnions and put them in your tailgate. These pieces here, you want to, if you can see them in there, the little round nut, you want to put those in your tailgate first, and you want to slide the tailgate down. All right? Then get your bolts in there loose, because you can adjust them a bit for height, and you want to have a nice height. Like, see, like, look at, that's nice. Look at that gap. That's a beautiful gap there. I'm going to do some cross measurements too, of course. This gap's a little bit more open, so I'm just going to undo the bolts on the box on this side and the bottom. Just give it a little push in, because you can kind of see where you can see that trunnion a bit more than you can on this side here. So I'm going to loosen the 4 bolts in behind I told you about and give it a little push in and tighten that up. Then you want to make sure when you're doing this, again, like I say, the height, my height is good. You want to make sure that these pieces here, your tailgate, are going in the little square pockets nice. Now chances are they're always going to rub and take a bit of paint off here. There's nothing you're going to do about it, you know, but yeah, so I want to loosen them bolts, move it over, and I think we've got it. And then once you got it, I'll make sure I snug up the trunnions, make sure I snug up the box bolts in behind. Then I'll do a couple spot welds on there so that box will never move. After, of course, we do a cross measurement. Okay, so what I'm doing here now is I'm fitting these on, and this is not the way they go. This goes on here like this. This normally, you would come up and hook it from the other side, if that makes sense. You take this off and hook it from underneath and come in. The only reason I went this way is I shouldn't have put this plastic thing on. These things here, I'm going to have to reopen this back up and take these off. They're just, these things are just like, where is one? I don't know. Look at that thing. Unless it's going to soften up. Maybe what I'll try is I'll soak it in some hot water and see if that helps. Just hard as a rock. So I couldn't hook this. And what I mean by hook, see how I got it going down in there? And normally it should go like that. That's how it should hang. Okay, so any of you guys that own one of these trucks, it should be up and down. Okay, it should not be just down like that. I could just, you know, hit a bump, fall out. And of course, you got to run a tap through all the holes on these aftermarket box sides, because none of them are threaded properly. So we're doing that too. So just things to remember. So please, whatever you do, don't pay attention to that and say, Rick, you got it upside down. I know I've got it upside down. Okay, so you're gonna see. I can't do much because this blade thing's hard as a rock. Anyway, see? Wrong. Wrong. Right. Of course, you got your little rubber things here that are supposed to protect that. But no matter what you do, it's always going to be scratched up in here. Just is. Not much you can do about it. Even the chain hanging around on here and that part, because if you look where the cover goes, it's not going to cover that. So I'm going to try and put those in some hot water, but that's after. Right now I'm going to double check my measurements and do a weld. I'm happy with everything the way it's going. That is perfect so far. Okay, we'll come around here. Let's see. Get the light out of your eyes. Anyway, maybe I'll zoom in here. So you see right down in there, I welded it all the way up. Then in that top corner, whoops. Oh, sorry guys. Put a little weld there. I still got to finish it around the corner, but that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do is just that little bit right there. Of course, I did the same thing on the other side too. And that just stops everything from moving. So my next step is I'm going to finish off a little bit of a weld. Then I'm going to put my front cross brace in here so the box isn't so wobbly in the front. Just one, because that's all we need, because we're not putting the wood in until after the box is painted, obviously. And actually the owner's doing that. He said he would, and I really don't want no part of it. Alright, we'll go in here and see how Shawn's doing. Getting her all blocked out, ready to go. Looking good. Getting her all finished off in 600. And obviously there's some seam sealing to do. There you go, there you can see he's got the guide coat on there. So you spray the guide coat on, sand her down, you look for any highs or lows. Hopefully there is none, but shouldn't be. This truck's been gone over very, very well. Awesome. Yeah. Perfect. And we'll tidy it up and away we go. Yeah. Things are good. Okay. Oh boy. And we'll go see what's going on out here. Okay, so we'll go in the shop. Mike's gone for the day now. It's getting a little late. I don't know, it's almost 5 o'clock. Mike's here 8 to 4, just in case anybody's wondering. I'm usually here 10 to 5. And Shawn's here 8 till 6, 4 days a week. Then Fridays 8 to 4. So obviously Mike's got the old engine out there. He started swapping some parts over. That's good. Getting everything swapped over. This will be sitting in there tomorrow. We'll have that sitting in the hole. Half of it hooked up, if not all of it hooked up. Definitely be running by Thursday. And everything's coming along good. So, with that being said, we're going to shut this camera off for now. I'm going to go in, clean up, have a shower, have some dinner, and we'll continue this video tomorrow. And we have lots more exciting jobs and stuff coming in. You just wait and see. We are just jammed up. Alright, well, it looks to me like the new engine is missing. Sitting in there. Engine's in, tranny's hooked up, so yeah, it's a full day hooking everything up. There's lots to do still, but yeah, it's looking good. Mike's doing a good job there. Excellent. Excellent. Tonight we're painting. So you're going to be part of that. We're going to be painting the 77 Ford cab tonight. We'll go see. Shawn's working on the 65 Chev pickup cab. I believe that's going to be done, ready, finished out the door tonight. Ready for paint in 600. And then we're going to push this out and roll in the 77 Ford cab sitting over there. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Looking good. Yeah.
You can take that off any time too if you want.
What's that I can take off?
That latch.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I gotta paint that. Okay, well there we go. That's it. So that's it. It's all in 600, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta go around the line here a little bit.
Okay.
Where the black meets white.
Yeah.
Yeah, all on 600.
Then seam seal it, and she's ready for paint.
Yeah, I got one chip to fix on the door.
Yeah.
Seam seal it,
Yeah.
right?
Good.
But yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Super close.
Super close. All right. And, here. I took the tailgate back off here today because now it'll get blocked, but the box is all welded together, so the box will just stay together now. So I say tonight we're going to be painting the 77 Ford pickup cab. So we gotta get this 65 in here. I guess I should fire this thing up and move it over. Yeah, I'm gonna do some swapping around here right now, put this camera down. But yeah, Shawn's got most of this messed up. He's got to get this in, wipe it down, clean it off, and tonight George will be here painting away. Wimbledon White. So next time I turn this camera on, we'll be spraying. Alrighty. Alright, we are masked up, ready to rock and roll. What do you think what we did here? So the customer left all the dash stuff in there at the wiring. So we rolled the truck in, used our beam up top we hang stuff on, and hung the wiring there. Try and get it out of the way for when we're painting. What else are you gonna do? Got all our seam sealing done. Truck's nice and warm. Just gotta give her a good old wipe down. And away we go. We got our paint going over there on our shaker. Look at that. Lickety split. So we'll do some painting on this Wednesday night. Okay, well, we'll get set up here and we'll get right back to you. Take a quick boot here, guys. It's all painted up. Finished off. Looking good. I don't see any signatures. What I mean by signatures is runs. That's what we call them. Beautiful. I'm super happy. Now I'm out of here because it's stinky. And obviously I ain't got a mask on, or you wouldn't understand a word I'm saying right now. Alright guys, here we are, Thursday morning. A little more clear in here. I can see a little better. Wow. Looking beautiful. Color gain is Wimbledon White. That just looks beautiful. That is amazing. I love it. George always does a nice job, and such a nice job for in the body shop. Now somebody asked me on a video, why do you paint, like we see you paint in the body, why do you paint go to a spray booth and you have but yet you paint sometimes in the body shop? Well, I'm going to answer that question if I can. So normally what we do, I don't have a paint booth here, and a paint booth consists of a lot more than just painting in a room with one exhaust fan, okay? And you know, not only that, at the end of the day, here, let me turn this radio down. At the end of the day, this is a body shop, so you know it's got plywood floor, or walls, ceiling, everything. So everything, the dust sticks to it, and I can't really hose it down because there's insulation behind there. If that gets wet, then you're going to get mold. So yes, we can hose the floor down, which you can see is leftover water, and do that. And paint jobs have been done in worse spots. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying we have a booth, but it's 15 minutes away. But to drag a vehicle, the ones we do frame off restorations on, to drag them up there just to paint the door jambs or the dashboards inside is a waste of time. So we clean this booth out and we paint those parts here because you're not creating a lot of, when you're spraying, you're not creating a lot of dust or stir up because you're not spraying a whole vehicle. Now, yes, we sprayed this here. Normally we would not spray this here. We would take this to the booth. But the owner has got it on a small cart. It's hard to transport. And he said, look, I'm just building an old work truck. I don't care if it has a bit of dust in it and stuff like that. Now, I'll be honest again, when we paint at our paint booth, we usually do get a little bit of dust. And it's not necessarily coming from the paint booth. Sometimes it's just coming from the suit that you're wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it does do that. And all you do after is just give it a quick, we call it a dyno'd, rub a little polish on it. It usually just knocks right off. It's not a problem. So that is the reason we don't spray here, mainly because of the dust. Like I say, we always do firewalls, door jambs here, a little bit interior, but we don't do a whole vehicle. But this one was a bit more difficult to move, and that's why we sprayed it here. And for spraying it here, this turned out really, really good. Really good. Like I'm looking at it right now, and I'm not seeing any dust at this moment. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up my ass. I'm not seeing any dust. I'm super happy of how this turned out. And usually where you're going to find the dust is going to be on the top. It's going to settle to the top, and I don't see any. So hey, if he don't like that, then he don't like himself. We'll continue this video later. Alright, so we got everything hooked up here. Mike's just got to make the ignition wires for it and hook the throttle cable up for the gas pedal. And boom, try and start the old girl. Well, I got to put some antifreeze in it, of course, and try and start it up. And once we know it runs decent, put the hood on it. But we know it'll run decent because it was ran on the dyno. So how can it not? Now, let's see over here. A little dark over here for some reason. There we go. So what's going on here? 65 Chevy pickup sitting here. It's all ready to go. And we've got, for tonight, we've got the doors we're painting on the Ford pickup. Let's give me 1 second here. We're gonna turn that fan off. There we go. So yeah, we'll be painting some doors here. Then everything for the 77 Ford is done. That is excellent. So we'll get some more coverage of that once George shows up. Give me half a second. I'll turn this radio down with this funky music on it. There we go. So the truck cab turned out absolutely amazing. I can't get over it. And all we gotta do is hope these two doors do. And then we are laughing. we have a pipe here. This is what we did. We made this pipe. It unbolts in the middle, chain holds it up, then you separate it apart, you lift it up, it comes apart. It's just an exhaust pipe. We can hang stuff on it. And then when we need to move it, we move it out. Kind of a good idea. Anyway, I just heard my phone go off, and what that means is that's George, my painter, telling me he's on the way. So here we are, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Let's let her rip. We're gonna start painting some more. Alrighty, here we go. We're all painted up. Looking good. Turned out beautiful. Wimbledon White. Can't go wrong. It's a factory forward color. This truck is gonna look good when she's done. Super happy with this. So we're going to leave these hanging here for the day to at least noon. We'll just work up front here in front of them. They're dry enough where you can, like, you know, you can touch them and everything. I just wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to press them hard yet to lift them down. So we'll turn our heaters on. Luckily we got a heater right up there and a heater right here, so they'll just get baked right up. There we go. So we'll see what else is going around the shop here. All right, there she is. She's outside. Basically a nice stock little 302. Dyno'd out, I forget what I told you, like 253 horsepower or something, 308 foot-pound torque, something like that. Good sound out the back here. That's it. This gentleman is good to go. Temperature sits at 160. Oil pressure 50 pounds. Volts fully charging. Sounds good when you... Not sure if you can hear that or not, but sounds pretty good. There we are. That one is gone. So that is it with the end of this Friday. And we will see you maybe Sunday fun day, maybe not. I got a birthday party to go to for a friend of mine turning 80. 80 years old he's turning. Happy birthday, John. And it's his birthday party. It's Saturday night. 80's a big number. And he drinks Budweiser every day. Lots of Budweiser. Probably a 6-pack a day, if not more. Smokes a pack of cigarettes a day, and he's doing fine. So 80's a big number. We're going to have a good bash for him. You got to at that age. You got to just, you know, so I don't know how I'll be feeling Sunday. But if I am here Sunday, it's going to be a very disappointing video to all of you. Just keep that in mind. Okay, see you later.